I remember saying XRP was a buy at 30 cents. Back then, 5,000 XRP was an entry level position. Today, no more. I'm getting the exact same feeling right now with QNT. 10 QNT may feel achievable today, but with the scarce supply, market structure, where we are in the cycle, I have a feeling it won't be that way for much longer. So if you own QNT or just enjoy watching the videos, be sure to leave a like down below. And with that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so a quick reminder for every video that we make on the channel, this is not financial advice and for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed and you could lose all of your money. Stay safe and do your own research. Now, with the recent price increase of XRP, a lot of TikToks I've made in the past are blowing up in terms of views. One TikTok that inspired me to make this video was titled 5000 XRP will be life changing. Now, obviously, that is a play on words. It should be life changing, but the price of XRP was 34 cents. Now, to be bullish on XRP during this time period was essentially a death sentence. Some comments I pulled out of there are you're going to lose all of your money. 50 years later, we'll be saying any day now, do not waste your money. Good luck. You are going to lose everything. Now, I'm not attacking these individuals. This was just the general sentiment of 95% of people in cryptocurrency, their thoughts on XRP. And ironically, it was one of the best times to buy XRP. Similar to QNT situation right now, if you state you are bullish on this asset, you are immediately met with skepticism just based on cycle performance so far. What a lot of people forget is that XRP underperformed for a very long time. But if you think about the expansion of 2021, the C19 lows of the crypto total market cap being around 300 billion expanded all the way to 3 trillion, XRP did not even break all-time high. If we think about this cycle, the lows being the FTX December 2022 and the 2023 case result not being a security, we did not see a breakout. It returned to lows once again. Again, late 2023, we've seen Bitcoin start to make moves, altcoins are moving, XRP just chopped. Even March 2024, a large expansion for all cryptocurrencies, XRP did not move one bit. It did not actually increase until late 2024. So that was 2 years of underperformance, being one of the worst performing cryptos in the top 20, to in the matter of months being one of the best performers. And I just want to say that once more. This token was called Old Technology, a dead token, a scam token, to outperforming all majors, where now people are praising the XRP holders for staying committed. Such a change has happened in terms of sentiment and price that the people who flooded the bottom that said XRP would not make you rich at the low levels are now saying it's going to make you rich at the higher levels and FOMOing in. It's so similar to the opportunity right now of QNT. Many people think it's forgotten. Many people see that it's lagging as one of the best setups in terms of charts I've ever seen in terms of RSI and the MACD. Moving on to the second point of the video. Why is QNT my biggest bet today in terms of how much money I put behind this cryptocurrency? Well, they're attending, Quant Network are attending Cybos 2025. It happens every year. One of the world's largest financial conferences, hosted by Swift. And I want to read their description of Quant Network themselves. So, founded in 2018, Quant transforms traditional finance infrastructure into programmable digital money that works intelligently for banks, businesses, and individuals. So, Quant is solving one of blockchain's core challenges, interoperability. And the Overledger itself is not a blockchain, it's an interoperability platform that sits on top of multiple blockchains, and it allows existing enterprise systems to connect with various distributed ledgers. So, to put it simply, without technical jargon involved, it's easy to use, right? Companies do not have to write complicated code. It uses simple tools called APIs that businesses can plug into. It works with existing systems like banks, healthcare providers. They don't have to rebuild everything, and it's future-proof and scalable. So the Overledger Quant's core technology has been chosen time and time again. Now, I don't want to go over every single partnership or integration. I want to focus on the most recent one and most significant in my eyes. Quant selected as a pioneer partner in the European Central Bank's digital euro. Why is this significant? Well, obviously, millions of people are going to be using digital euro. And when it comes to the regulatory and institutional trust of quants technology, this is at the highest level possible. It does not get much better in this. And I do believe it goes beyond the euro itself. Right, there's a great find here by Jarno not too long ago that the European Central Bank is in the bag, but it does go beyond the euro based on this job description. So we can see here it's quite hard to read, but delivery for the European Central Bank's internal digital platform. So it suggests work across multiple European Central Bank systems, wholesale applications potentially, cross-border rails. So not only a retail CBDC, the possibilities are endless. We also have San here share the Eurosystem DLT with pilot liquidity. So the euro is obviously the end goal, the digital currency. This is a test platform to see how to explore how central banks can use blockchain with payments and liquidity. So we can see here the extended interoperability interface, connecting legacy systems and blockchain, and you have the API gateway, allowing businesses to tap into blockchain without a complex setup. It's literally describing what the Overledger does. So even though Quant is not named outright, their technology is showing up time and time again where it matters most. Moving on to Nick Quanfy's tweet, we can see the Oracle blockchain platform digital assets edition. So how Quant Network's Overledger works with Oracle system to connect tokenized deposits, bonds, CBDCs, all through Quant's interoperability layer. We can also see in the right the entire unified ledger's work is based upon Quant. So we can see multiple projects and currencies here, some of which have confirmed, some are yet to confirmed, but obviously the big ones we know, euros, pounds ticked off, and dollars to be coming next. And that's said by the CEO of Quant Network. Moving on to the third point, stack more, stress less. I really do wish that QNT had a rich list system like XRP, because especially with the XRP community, price predictions get really crazy. And I think it's very important to focus on the only thing in crypto that is within your control, which is how much crypto you actually own. And focus on the rich list of where you are. So if you're in the top 10%, focus on where you need to be the next level up. So instead of drawing imaginary lines on a chart and daydreaming about the price, focus on how much cryptocurrency you own, the cryptos you believe in, and the cryptos you believe are in an accumulation range. Also, many people will say 10 QNT is not that much. It's not enough for the long term. Well, there really is, especially if you have a long term view on cryptocurrency, right? Comparing this rich list from 2020 to the recent one, you can see the whales is 1000 QNT compared to before 2800 QNT. That is a 3x difference. Whereas also 10 QNT barely put you in the top 50%, and now it puts you nearly halfway up the rich list. What most people also don't talk about when it comes to a long-term investment is scarcity supply and tokenomics. Obviously, we know QNT is scarce, 14.8 million, all circulating, no inflation. Many tokens out there are inflationary, are minting new tokens every other day, and they do revisit pre-bear market prices. QNT has not done that. Right? Many tokens, they start at a price prior in the bear market, then they accelerate during the bull, right? In 2017 here, then they return to the bear market lows. They do it again in 2021, then they return to the bear market lows. So this idea of this Bitcoin rationale investing where you buy 10 grand of Zcash in 2017, you put it on your cold ledger, and you forget it for a large number of years. You come back, and before you know it, the token is the exact same price and obviously a lot lower due to inflation. This is why tokenomics and a scarce supply is so important. And that's why QNT is my biggest bet today. I'm trying to stack so much because I do not believe the next bear market lows are going to be at these levels. And I don't think it's going to be as extreme as the prior bear market, but even something as simple as $200, $300, or $400 per QNT being the next threshold in the next bear market shows that we are moving upwards and not revisiting the lows like these other coins out there. Also, we can see a great tweet here by Tokenizer. So there's around 202,000 QNT left on spot exchange reserves. We can see a total of 160,000 QNT holders. And if every QNT holder bought 1.26 QNT, the exchange reserves would run dry. And we also have RCG staking QNT incoming. The supply is going to run dry. And thanks to Mine Crypto, we can also see, he's always updating this, these new wallets come in, these private wallets, around 3,000 879 QNT, obviously larger than the whale position right there. No Ethereum, no outflows, and only holds QNT. And so far, he's tracked 44 different wallets, holding in total 2.5 million QNT. And now moving on to the final point, this trade feels dumb, that's why it might work. Now, it doesn't feel dumb in the sense that in terms of fundamentals, utility, everything that QNT is about and the price, it feels obvious, right? It feels undervalued, mispriced, and it feels like the most obvious trade. But there is always that voice in the back of your head when you're buying at low price points, when you're buying into fear, a project that is underperforming, that hasn't done too well, like XRP at 30 cents. It doesn't feel right. It's more of an isolated trade. It's against the public opinion, the public consensus, what everyone else is doing, and it doesn't feel right at the time. But in my experience, those are the most profitable plays that I've made in the market. The ones where it's a joint trade, I feel like a genius, usually don't play off too well. And in the recent video that I made on XRP, it popped off. I got 21k views, and I could be like most people on this platform. Right? XRP is going up in price. I can make a video on XRP every single day, try and squeeze as much views out as I can, and just focus on that and shelf QNT. Not talk about QNT and wait until QNT increases in value, then jump ship and pretend I was playing all along. That's what most people do on this platform. I'm staying with QNT. I'm still talking about it. I'm still bullish on it because I believe the risk reward ratio here makes sense. And what's quite funny, my friend who has not been in cryptocurrency since 2021 phoned me up and was asking how to buy XRP or where to buy XRP. Now, I obviously said I do believe XRP can go higher. I believe it can go to $10, possibly even to $15 in ultra bullish conditions. But I said the expansion phase is here, right? The accumulation phase is over. You can still buy it, so you can still go up. But there's other cryptos in accumulation ranges you can buy. Like Ethereum has not broken all-time highs yet. QNT has not broken all-time highs yet. The risk-reward ratio here makes more sense. But he just couldn't understand it. He couldn't view fundamentals or use case of a project. He had a tunnel vision on the price and the price alone. This is how the majority of people view the market and view cryptocurrencies, and it usually does not pay off too well all the time. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. Today went over the similar feeling to XRP in the early days, being my biggest bet in terms of how much I put into the project, stacking more, not focusing on the price, and this trade feels isolated. And that's why it may work in the long term. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. If you made it far in the video, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.